wouldn't slam it just yet. But the slam things is straight. You know, the process of writing a poem, then moving to slam, such a big thing to do. So then, you know, poetry, from what I understood it as a kid, you know, is a personal thing that you did, and you exposed your thoughts, and then to get up and do it, that would take a lot. And that's why I think we were so amazed by that. Just the willingness and confidence to just go, I'll tell you what I feel. That was amazing. But I mean, for both me and Dan, it was interesting with this journey because we both were really into poetry as young kids. And I remember my primary school journey was, I just loved it, and a lot of poetry, heck of a lot of poetry. And I went to high school and didn't really embrace it. And then it came full circle, and we met this group, and we were like, wow, okay, this is kind of a relearning of what we were into. So yeah, but I don't know about slamming. Do you slam?
I'm not brave enough to slam.
Yeah.
I mean, as Alex was saying, like, I think I used to write a fair bit of poetry when I was a kid, but then I got to a stage where you just sort of start to forget to write it, you know. And funnily enough, leading authors is the age when most people would stop doing things like that. Generally cease writing poetry is actually the age is when the time when people get, you know, the guys at leading authors get most excited about it. So it's like a natural, it's actually like a really nice progression from, instead of like stopping writing poetry, to actually find a real, you know, a really good way to kind of like vent it, I suppose. So it's one thing to write poetry, it's another thing to take it to the next stage where you're actually on stage, and that takes a particular type of performer and a particular type of writer. And yeah, I'm certainly not one of those.
We did want to, when we were filming, we were kind of just, should we ever go? You know, let's just do it. But we were held back. We've got some serious 8.1s and 6.4s and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Luckily, there are some people here who are good at that kind of thing. Yeah. And I want to invite someone up after this question. Have you got a question? And then we'll invite the poets up. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
We've got a few minutes left.
I just wanted to ask kind of about the sense of kind of leads in the film, because it has a really kind of strong sense of place and community, and whether that was something that you were kind of conscious of all the way through, or whether it's something that you kind of realised came out of the story, the journey.
Right, we were really conscious of leads.
Yeah, really conscious, yeah. And again, we had
overly conscious.
Yeah. I think it is really important to get that sense of place, absolutely. I mean, because all the work comes from that community, comes from that environment, and all those things feed into it. So we had to show that, all the textures and the people and all that kind of, so you could see where that poetry comes from, because it's tough to just experience a poem and not know something about the place. So it was, really conscious, and we wanted to celebrate it as well. So it's tough, you know. Not a lot of stuff comes out of Leeds, as you know. So it was good to put it on the map in a way, and but yeah, it was a conscious thing. We wanted to celebrate that.
Yeah, because there's a lot going on in Leeds as well, sort of culturally with poetry and music, and it just seems so often. And we even made an actual reference to it that London seems to get most of the praise for that kind of thing. And so one of our little missions from early on was to sort of try and represent Leeds as the place that this is kind of like coming from, and you know, so yes, it was very kind of,
and obviously like that particular Yorkshire twang and all that stuff is all in there. So that's the stuff really that I think that was what we made, because they not only do poetry, which was unique, but also have that locality to it, and use those words and local reference points and all that in their poetry. So it was immediately something that drew you in, and you want to know where they were from, so then had to show that. And Chapeltown, the place, is a very particular community, and there's loads of communities like it around the UK that are just not represented, or if they are represented, it's through, you know, some pretty negative imagery. So it was just a chance for just to celebrate that. Yeah.